My beloved child, you have prayed, you have waited, you have dreamed of the one I am preparing for you. But today I am calling you into a truth deeper than you ever imagined. The person you are destined to marry may not look like what you expected, may not arrive how or when you thought, but they are my perfect choice for you. And the moment you see through my eyes, everything will change. Stay close, listen carefully, for what I am about to reveal will not only shape your heart, it will open the door to the greatest love story heaven has ever written for you. This is not the time to hesitate. This is the moment to trust me fully, because destiny is closer than you realize. This might perplex you. I see your hesitation because your sense of what is suitable and logical has been shaped by how the world measures such things. But I, your God, do not operate as the world does. I am unaffected by human restrictions. I see beyond what mortal eyes perceive, beyond what ears may detect, beyond what your heart has yet to grasp. My cherished one, I want you to recall that marriage is not solely about age or mutual compatibility. It concerns the union of souls, the melding of two existences I have destined for each other long before they became aware of one another. I discern the missing parts you are unable to see. I know exactly who will journey with you in life, who will raise you up when you grow weary, and whom you can rely on in the most challenging hours. Are you prepared to let me author your tale? Will you release your own constraints to accept a more expansive vision? Are you prepared to love through my perspective instead of your calculations? Perhaps they are older than you anticipated, yet they bring the solidity your soul has been craving. Perhaps they are younger than you believed, yet they carry a depth of wisdom and a type of love you have never before encountered. Perhaps they will appear during a moment that is inconvenient, yet they will be precisely what you need above everything else. When I speak about the partner I have chosen for you, I do not speak by human standards, nor am I constrained by social norms or the yardsticks the world prefers. I am not limited by age or external qualities. When I pick someone on your behalf, I do not merely observe their present circumstances. I also see the future, where the two of you will walk together, mature together, and establish what I have ordained. I do not desire for you to hesitate or suspect what I am about to do in your life. Should I guide you to a place you never imagined? Should I arrange something that transcends what you have pictured? Will you possess the faith to advance with me? Do you trust that my choices for you are wise, even if it bears no resemblance to the plans you have made? Do you believe my love for you surpasses every threshold your mind can formulate? Let me share this. True love does not rest upon outward appearance, upon age, or upon anything your eyes or ears might perceive. Genuine love stands on the bedrock of unwavering devotion, endurance, sacrifice, and above all else, my direction. I want you to recognize that I do not act without profound intention. I reign over all eras, every path, and each relationship. Not a single detail in your life escapes my providence. Hence, rest in peace. Do not allow worldly presumptions or anxieties to block you from embracing the exquisite plan I have laid out. Perhaps you were raised with entrenched notions introduced by your family and society concerning affection and matrimony. Perhaps you heard that spouses must be close in age to empathize with each other, that a man ought to be older to protect a woman, or that a marked gap in age brings a barrier too big to overcome. These assumptions may have lodged in your thinking, defining the benchmarks you envisioned when picturing your future spouse. But my child, keep in mind that I am not restricted by human regulation. What you perceive as rules and norms are merely transient constructs of the world. But I, the one who formed you, look beyond them, beyond all that humanity can comprehend. I gaze at the heart. When I select someone for you, I do not check the date they were born, nor do I measure their fitness by superficial criteria. I see their spirit, the sacred bond, and the shared purpose you both will achieve together. I know who will cultivate your growth, who will supply what you lack, who will remain your pillar at your most vulnerable juncture, and who will accompany you on the journey I have ordained since time long past. Do you trust that genuine love will never be bound by factors you can quantify? Will you dare to believe that I can connect you to the individual you need in a manner wholly unanticipated? Perhaps you have believed that you would wed someone older to safeguard you. Yet what if I appoint someone younger, blessed with a heart overflowing with wisdom, a person who listens intently and offers genuine leadership? Perhaps you imagine that marrying someone of your age ensures aligned thinking. But what if I send someone from another era who becomes precisely the peaceful counterpart I have long kept for you? Always remember, authentic love is not dependent on those outward considerations, but on a steadfast core: patience, comprehension, trust, and most importantly, my divine direction. When I unite two people, I do not think solely about the present. I see the future in which you and that person will traverse heights and depths, successes and hardships, including the days you each need a supportive hand so neither of you collapses. Let me etch this upon your heart. The correct timing is mine to establish. Never too soon or too late, never accidental and never out of sync. When I usher that individual into your life, it will occur in the most ideal instant, not as you had pictured, but precisely as I have intended. My child, let me steer you on this expedition with a mind open to possibilities. Challenge yourself to abandon the assumptions you have constructed, making yourself available to the newness, the amazement, and the magnificence that I am arranging. Perhaps your heart feels uneasy, wrestling with its own concerns. You question, but Lord, what if I cannot be at ease with this? What if I cannot handle such a substantial shift? My dear child, I will not force you, but I invite you to trust. Recognize that I never act absent of meaning. Should you allow me to guide you, you will learn that whatever I place before you is invariably for your ultimate well-being. And upon reflection, you will see that nothing happened haphazardly. Everything served a reason, and I was continually there, directing you step by step. Permit your heart then to find serenity. Do not cling to what you have predetermined for yourself. Let me author your narrative in the manner I devised from the dawn of time. You might not grasp it at present, but soon you will realize my plan has always been larger and more profound than anything you could have conceived. I do far more than merely unite two lives. I weave a tapestry that merges two souls in a way only I can design. I compose a romance so extraordinary that, glancing back, you will see it overshadowing every hope you ever nursed. Hence, dare to believe. Allow me to escort you into this voyage with a spirit of obedience and a faith unshaken. When you anchor your trust in me, you will not end up disappointed, as my love for you exceeds anything you can conceive or request. Ready your heart. Position yourself to explore the splendor I have destined. And when the truth of this resonates inside your soul, write it as a seal of your faith in me. Yes, I will walk along the path you have prepared. Yes, I trust in your love and guidance. Yes, I will wait for the partner you have chosen for me at the right moment you have decreed. I recognize there are times when you scrutinize your surroundings and think, Lord, how shall I identify the one you intend for me? How can I feel confident that they are right, given all the contrasts between us? And should those near me fail to grasp or endorse this, how will I manage their whispers, their criticisms, their examining glances? I perceive those questions stirring in your core. I understand your wish for validation, an unmistakable mark, an assurance none can deny. Nevertheless, my child, do not allow human critiques to overshadow my intentions. Remember, I alone see the grand tapestry of your existence. I alone know precisely what is beneficial for you. Should I assign someone to you, nothing can block it. Neither age differences, nor life circumstances, nor external viewpoints. I do not act by society's measures, nor am I constrained by its outlook. Wherever humanity deems it impossible, I create possibilities. Wherever people call it illogical, I work to display my wisdom and glory. I have not only guided you into this relationship, but have also endowed you with all that is essential to undertake this journey. If I have ordained a companion with an age difference beyond your expectations, be assured I have likewise instilled both of you with wisdom, endurance, empathy, and grace to conquer obstacles together. I have not simply brought you together. I have also given you the capacity to coordinate, to learn from one another, and to cherish each other as I have willed. I did not send you along this route that you might be frightened or perplexed. On the contrary, I intend for you to move ahead in confidence, recognizing that I remain ever present, lighting each step you take. The differences concerning you will not be impediments if you let me lead. If you both walk in step with me, what appears irreconcilable becomes a doorway for growth, synergy, and the anchoring of your love on a steadfast base. However, you must choose. Will you place your confidence in me, or will you allow worldly voices to unsettle your resolve? Will you accept that I know best, or will you be caught in the judgments of people? The direction of your life is not dictated by humanity's opinions, but by the story I composed just for you. No one can undo what my hand has set in motion. Those around you might remain uncomprehending, they may question, they may dismiss, but I ask you to remember, I am the Creator who formed you. I alone hand you a destiny, and I am the one who ushers you to genuine love. So do not dwell on what other people might say. Listen to my voice, for only my words shine as the lamp that illuminates your path. You might not currently see everything sharply, but if you stand secure and journey with me, you will discover that my design is always superior to anything you might conceive. Allow me to guide. Let me mold your heart and welcome the love I have selected for you as a shining testament to my kindness and might. Whenever I place something upon your heart, it is not a misstep. It is a guarantee that I will stay with you, sustaining you in strength, in calm, and in abundant joy. Stay alert, for in pivotal moments such as these, the adversary will attempt every trick to plant uncertainty in your thoughts. He will whisper small falsehoods to stir your hesitation. He will try to tug you away from my intention by heaping confusion, alarm, and bleak impressions concerning the very blessing I have gifted you. You might say, this path is not meant for you. You must have misunderstood. This cannot be God's plan. Or he will insist, it's impossible. You won't ever harmonize with someone so dissimilar. There will be too many barriers. This will all become too demanding. Or, more insidiously, he may sow a silent dread inside you. You'll soon regret this marriage. My dear child, take note of his strategies. The enemy desires to keep you from embracing the goodness I have in store. He recognizes that, by walking in my design, you become blessed. You mature in love and faith. He opposes your experience of joy, serenity, and fulfillment. I have specifically laid aside for you. He yearns to hold you in the confines of apprehension, binding you with what looks rational by worldly thinking. Yet, my child, my voice cuts through all deception. Let your spirit heed me, not the lies of the adversary. When doubt begins to take shape in your heart, I will remind you of the unshakable nature of my word. Should he rob your peace, I shall flood you with my nearness, so you remain unmovable. There is no cause for fear. The age of the partner I have designated for you is neither a slip nor a haphazard event. I am the maker, the conductor, the architect of everything in its ideal season. If I have joined you to that person, if I have decreed that connection, I have also readied grace and discernment for you both to journey together. You need not be afraid, for an age gap does not reduce the love I planned for you, nor can it alter my purpose. Rather, it highlights my boundless insight and authority. I am unconstrained by numbers, unbound by human systems. In uniting two souls, I do not judge external conditions. I scrutinize the heart, the mission, the calling I have bestowed on your lives. Society may fail to grasp it. They might question it or survey the two of you and ask, why do they belong together? How could this be the will of God? But my child, they need not comprehend. For my work does not hinge on human endorsement. My word holds ultimate power. My will is flawless. My plan is immovable. I want you to bear this in mind. You do not require the world's endorsement to ascertain you are moving in my will. You should not be troubled by how others will respond, for I am the one sustaining you. You need not worry over differences, for I am the one converting those contrasts into a splendid opus. When you walk in faith, you will see that what once seemed complicated becomes effortless under my hand. Once you put your utter trust in me, you will cease to be weighed by age, challenges, or trivial externals that the world may stress, for you will know that with me all is well. Open your heart completely, allowing my light to pour in. Lay aside the preconceived notions you have embraced, the convictions fastened in your mind about the proper shape of love or the course of a relationship. If you willingly abandon those mental constructs and walk by faith, you will be amazed by the love I have prepared. It will differ from your expectations, yet precisely for that reason, it will surpass every dream you may have held. It will be a love that doesn't merely fill you with delight, but that also refines you, forms you, and broadens your perception of my inexhaustible mercy. You might not realize, my child, that you are not the first whom I have brought into an unforeseen relationship. You are not the first to be unsure about what I am accomplishing, nor the first to exclaim, "Lord, is this truly your plan?" However, if you scan my word, you will understand that over and over I have linked people in extraordinary ways. I have authored love stories that topple man-made barriers, so my magnificence may become evident. Recall Abraham and Sarah. When I declared they would have a child, it seemed unthinkable. Both had long surpassed the prime childbearing years in mortal terms, and yet I granted them a miracle, and that child became integral to my promise, a vital connection in the redemptive mission for humankind. Think of Ruth, a Moabite woman who was not part of Israel, yet I directed her toward Boaz, a man of empathy and honor. Their union ultimately led to David and eventually to the Christ. Had Ruth focused solely on their differences, had she permitted her fear of circumstance to halt her, would she have partaken in the astonishing plan I had drafted for her? And consider Esther. She was a young Jewish girl brought to the Persian palace, taking on the role of queen in a foreign land. Everything about her situation was alien, distant, and seemingly at odds with what she might have foreseen for her life. But from that very station, I employed her to deliver an entire people. If Esther had dismissed my design only because it diverged from her own assumptions, what might have happened to history? Those accounts transcend mere past events. They are breathing attestations to the way I act in my children's lives. I do not submit to worldly statutes. I do not judge by human norms. I do not align relationships solely because they fit societal logic. When I take action, I move in extraordinary ways beyond all human imagining, since I am the God of wonders. Therefore, my child, do not let your narrow viewpoint stop you from receiving my blessing when I bring someone into your life. Do not let culture-bound prejudices keep you from perceiving the miracle I have crafted. Do not let others' murmurs cause you to question my voice. Should I have handpicked someone for you, trust that I am fully aware of what I do. If I have kindled love in your heart, it did not happen by coincidence. It belongs to my larger divine plan. Think of it like this. Real love is not the flawless sync of outward circumstances, but rather the holy collision of two hearts formed by my hand. Love does not revolve around convenience, but about devotion. Love extends beyond an emotion. It draws you into a path of progress, urging you to mature collectively to uncover more of who I am. A love formed upon my foundation shall bring you not only joy, but also vigor. It will not simply gratify you, but will impel your transformation, urging you to explore more deeply my presence. Are you prepared to walk in faith? Will you accept that my love for you exceeds your imaginings? Will you remain convinced that I orchestrate a story far beyond anything you could compose for yourself? If you look at the precedents in my word, you will recognize I have always followed through on my directives. If I made it happen for them, I can do likewise for you. Hence, keep your heart open to my leading. letting me guide you toward the love I have arranged. Allow me to dismantle the barricades your mind has constructed, so you might witness the grander reality I am unveiling. Press forward with openness, trust, and surrender. For it is I who is writing your tale with my own hand, and when you decide to trust me, you will never regret it. Let my proclamation sink into your depths and serve as your guiding lamp. Matrimony is not merely the alliance of two individuals. It is a hallowed mirror of my everlasting devotion to you. When you enter the bond I have set forth, you are stepping into something far greater than an earthly union. You step into a breathing testament of my steadfastness, my constancy, and my immeasurable grace. My love is not circumscribed by human limits. It is neither confined by earthly diktats, nor by frameworks men impose upon relationships. When I join two souls, I do not do so as the world would, but in alignment with my plan established long ago, a method that is flawless, whole, and more beautiful than you can envisage. If I have selected a particular person for you, then irrespective of the setting, even if this person arrives at a time you did not foresee, or though the discrepancies seem wide, you can still rely on me, the one who orchestrates everything. Your marriage is not only about both of you, it is integrated within the splendid narrative I am presently composing. It serves as an exhibition of resolute devotion, patience, endurance, and constancy that I wish to reveal through your very life. Walking in my guidance, you will find that marriage is not simply a partnership. It becomes a transformative expedition, a divine union in which I refine you, impart humility, compassion, and a demonstration of the love I have shown. If my voice touches your heart at this moment, if the gentle, powerful stirring resonates within, do not turn away. Do not allow anxiety or lack of clarity to hold you back from the gift I wish to bestow. Let your heart affirm this truth. Let your spirit echo in agreement with my words. I have not presented this opportunity by mere coincidence, nor do I speak just to be heard and then overlooked. This is an invitation. A doorway is open before you. A magnificent blessing stands, waiting for your courage to accept it. Remember that I am the creator of all things, and I do not bring two people together merely based on numbers or any guidelines devised by humans. I am the one who perceives beyond your scope. When I unite two hearts, it is not the predictable deliberation of logic or calculation. It is the orchestration of heaven, something far greater than anything you might foresee. You might wonder, Lord, how shall I train myself for a love I never envisioned? In what way can I open to a love that comes differently than I anticipated? My cherished one, I see your concerns. I know that stepping toward an unfamiliar path can be distressing. Yet, my child, you need not unearth every answer by yourself. You need solely to trust, to yield, and to let me direct you. Start by cultivating a heart that is teachable. Unbar your innermost being so that I may accomplish my work in you. Do not permit old assumptions, preconceived ideas, or the standards you outlined for an ideal spouse to become barriers between you and the wondrous plan I have completed. Release the illusions you conjured in your mind. Surrender the rigid convictions of what your spouse should be. Let me be the one who knows who is truly designed for you, instead of molding your expectations by worldly templates. Do you see that trying to manage everything on your own depletes you further? This is because you were never meant to manipulate your destiny, but to rely on the one who carries it. When you cling to your own intentions, you confine yourself to your limited viewpoint. Yet, when you let go and permit my guidance, you step into something immensely more remarkable, more splendid, and more perfect than you could have devised alone. Let me teach you the essence of loving with my heart. Let me show you that genuine love is not governed by mankind's ideals, but by the harmony I determine. If you only search by external criteria, you might miss the partner I have designated, the one who will love you sincerely, the one who will stand beside you on the path I have meticulously outlined. Take a pause to think about the narratives you have encountered. Those from society, from home, from friends, from culture. They may have insisted you need someone who corresponds to specific standards, be it in age, social standing, or any other characteristic. But have you consulted me? Have you allowed me to illustrate the spouse I have in store for you? Are you prepared to disband your assumptions and simply hearken to me? Renounce the timelines you fashioned. Let me determine the ideal season. Maybe you presumed you must marry by a set date or follow a carefully drafted life plan devoid of my involvement. But my child, time need not worry you, for I am the one who shapes every moment. Nothing arrives prematurely or tardily in my schedule. Everything I accomplish contains a clear meaning, a design, culminating in your ultimate good. Neglect the assessments you have gleaned from others. Resist letting their words restrain you from embracing the glory I have readied. Some might fail to grasp your decision. They may hold reservations or even challenge your choices. But my child, consider whether your life is about pleasing me or satisfying human standards. Are you convinced I direct your path, or will you be swayed by those who cannot see the entire picture? Permit me to carry out my mission in you. Let me alter how you perceive love, matrimony, and this sacred bond I have ordained. You do not need to immediately comprehend everything. You need but one thing: to trust me. Believe I know precisely what I'm doing. Accept that I have beheld what escapes your notice. Trust that when you yield to me, when you place your plans aside and let me be your guide, you shall never drift astray. My cherished child, let your heart become soft in my hand. Do not let your sense of practicality hide the works of wonder I have set in motion. Be bold enough to abandon all you are clutching. Be certain that once I hold your hand, I will lead you down the path I have arranged, one brimming with blessings, love, and my divine oversight. My dear child, dedicate your heart to me wholeheartedly. Do not shrink or worry. Instead, offer your entire being to me like fertile soil, ready for my cultivation. Let me reform your heart, refine it, and tenderize it so you're prepared to accept the marvels I am about to pour out. You may not grasp everything I am shaping right now, but trust that all I arrange is directed toward your supreme fulfillment. Ask me to reshape your perspective on love, marriage, and that spiritual bond uniting two souls. Allow me to clear away the frets, uncertainties, and wants you have taken upon yourself, so you might make room in your heart for the blessing I am about to deliver. Permit me to prepare you, not merely with knowledge, but with a humble spirit, one ready to be renewed, a faith robust enough to walk with me, unburdened by fear. Precious child, start this readiness by actively seeking me. Pray, not only to voice your wishes, but also to hear me, to receive my leading. Turn to my word, for in it you will find light, clarity, and direction to illuminate the path I'm forging for you. Once you steep your heart in my word, confusion and uncertainty will give way to the confidence and tranquility that originate from me. Stay near. Let listening to my guidance become a vital element of your life. As you train yourself to detect my presence and teach your heart to discern my counsel, you will lose that sense of being lost. You will realize it when I bring someone alongside you, and you will see my mark in the relationship. Regardless of whether that person is older or younger, or if they appear sooner or later than you had planned, you will recognize that they are indeed chosen for you because I sanctioned it. The affection I hold for you is not by chance. My plan is not merely a series of random episodes. Everything I set into motion is meaningful, a flawless blueprint well beyond your present understanding. Still, as you rely on me, letting me shape you from your inner depths, you will witness that the love I hold for you is the most magnificent you have experienced. So advance into this period of preparation with certainty. Allow me to steer you step by step. Let me mold your heart so it becomes pliant, suited to love in the way I envision. By doing so, you will discover that my purpose is always good, and the partner I have prepared will be more than a companion for life. They will serve as a demonstrable witness of my love, insight, and benevolence in your journey. Dear child, as you venture down this path I have laid out, there will be instances of doubt. There will be occasions when you examine your life and foresee hurdles, which might create a nebulous worry inside. I understand that variations can produce hesitation, differences in age, in communication style, in life chapters, in manners of thought, or in viewpoints on living that don't seamlessly match. These contrasts can prompt you to ask, will I be able to bond with this person? Are these gaps too large to conquer? But my child, have no fear. Do not allow such concerns to undermine you. For if it is I who has ordained the two of you, then I will also ensure you have every resource you need to see this relationship flourish. Nothing exists beyond my oversight. No mountain of difficulty is too imposing for me to remove. When I place someone in your path, I have also endowed you with adequate wisdom, patience, and love to fortify and develop that bond. Picture a tiny seed sown in soil. It cannot thrive on its own without sunlight, water, nutrients, and care. Similarly, a lasting love is not merely propelled by initial emotions. It needs consistent nurturing, continued commitment, and forbearance. Authentic love does not result from perfection in the earliest stage, but is shaped incrementally by each trial. Each moment you both choose to address discord, and each season you learn to love in the manner I have shown. Recall that my kind of love differs from the world's notion. It is not a rash sensation, not a channel for fleeting gratification, nor a decision rooted purely in superficial perspective. The love I furnish is a journey wherein you both learn, progress, and conquer what society calls unattainable. Focusing only on differences might deplete your spirit, but when you direct your gaze at me, you will begin to see that these very differences are the instruments I utilize to purify you, making you more resilient, more mature, and bringing you a deeper realization of what love truly signifies. Believe that if I have placed a person in your life, no disparity can resist my help. Let your heart be calm if your styles of communication are not yet synchronized. Rather than panicking, allow your heart to remain open, eager to observe, eager to discover, eager to slow down and truly perceive the other in the way I want for you. Do not fret if you and that individual are at distinct junctures in life, for I have known this from the outset. There is no need to be alarmed if your histories contrast, because I am the one weaving separate threads into a unified tapestry, enabling you to balance each other. Rather than considering these differences as dividing walls, will you risk believing that I can accomplish astounding miracles? Will you let me form you through them? Will you trust that my love for you is unbreakable, that it can endure trials, all adversities, any tension, and the tests of time? If this relationship stands on my ground, you will find it is not fragile, but is a covenant I guard. The love I bestow will not be shallow like those in the world that dissolve the moment issues appear. No, my child, the love I craft is hammered out through trials, grown through persistence, stabilized by loyalty, and anchored by my presence. Hence, fear not. Allow me to grant you what you require. If your patience seems insufficient, come to me, and I shall enlarge it. If your awareness seems limited, reach out to me, and I will open your eyes with spiritual perception. If you feel your capacity to love is still small, let me fill your heart with my own love, which can never be depleted. Another test may arise, the anxiety over others' words. When outsiders witness a couple with a large age difference, they might stare, speak without care, or even unleash criticism. They may question or feel baffled at the reason behind the match I have set. But my child, I did not instruct you to define yourself by the world's lens. I did not craft you to chase the world's compliments. I invited you to follow my voice, to adhere to my promptings, and to traverse the path I have forged. If you attach great importance to popular opinion, you will fail to find the liberty I wish for you. If you let other people's stances guide you, you will frequently waver, frequently suspect, and frequently feel that you erred. Yet, my child, these people do not perceive the totality that I see. They are blind to the brilliant plan I am weaving. They focus only on appearances, on temporary signs, and on norms that hold them captive. Keep in mind that I alone search the depths of a person's being. I alone unite two souls, not through human logic, but by my knowledge and limitless affection. You may dread that these age discrepancies will trigger rumors. You may worry about disapproving glances, spiteful remarks, or society's prejudices. But pause and reflect. Do you live to please men, or do you live to satisfy me? If you really accept that I am the overseer of your life, if you believe that I am the one who sanctioned this relationship, then why do you allow human pronouncements to overpower my assurance? While you operate within my purpose, while you carry your love honorably, uphold virtue, and build your relationship on my reliable guidance and wisdom, you have nothing to fear. When you trust completely in me, no voice can undermine my leading. There might be days when you feel alone, and days when you ask, Lord, why must I confront their stares of doubt? Why must I hear these cruel remarks merely because I made the decision to walk in the love you laid out? Yet, my child, do not allow these events to discourage you. Do not allow temporal viewpoints to smother my gift. Do not permit those who fail to grasp my plan to shake your confidence. Remember the ones who came before you in my word. Consider how many followed my voice, yet suffered the world's misunderstanding. Noah was ridiculed when he built the ark. Abraham's departure from his homeland to an unknown destination likely seemed reckless. When David challenged Goliath, onlookers expected certain defeat. Do you notice? The things I accomplish do not aim to gratify men, but to demonstrate my splendor. In the same way, if I have selected a spouse for you, you do not need validation from the world for it to be correct. Whenever I bring two people together, I do not do it to satisfy public opinion, but to fulfill my own story, already recorded. My love for you requires no public acceptance to be genuine. What is significant is not how the world judges it, but whether you trust me. Do you accept that I am orchestrating your life? Do you accept that if you hand this union to me, it cannot be broken? Stand firmly. Cling to your faith. Do not let people's remarks incite doubt concerning my plan. If you submit to my lead, if you favor my voice above the world's, you will see that the love I bestow is not merely a blessing, but a testament of my steadfastness and mercy. Continue with confidence. Cast all fear aside. Nurture the love I implanted within you, undeterred by unkind words. Remember, if I have decreed a thing, I will also enable its survival. I will supply intellect to handle obstacles, the patience to endure condemnation, and a love strong enough to stand every adversity. Walk peacefully, for I remain at your side, regardless of the world's reaction, regardless of who fails to comprehend or how uncertain their impressions. It does not alter the truth that I am the one who chose you, I am the one who guided you, and I am the one who designed this love for you. Embrace me wholeheartedly in prayer, and each day let your heart open so you may receive the Holy Spirit's counsel. Make no day pass without looking for me, without listening, without granting me the right to steer every movement you make. The nearer you stay to me, the more clearly you will see the road I have prepared for you. The more you abide in my presence, the more discernment you will gain to surmount whatever doubts and opposition you encounter. Keep yourself humble, for arrogance prevents growth. Do not assume you already possess the required insight or readiness, resisting my words because of pride. A humble soul remains pliable, ready to receive my instruction and my wisdom, which reaches far beyond human capacity. Do not permit ego to stop you from accepting what I am doing. Do not let stubborn ideas keep you from discerning the marvels I am revealing. A proud heart sees only barriers, but the humble see fresh chances to understand, to progress, and to love in the way I love. If you seek advice, consult others, but do so cautiously. Not all human counsel is from me. Avoid hastily adopting every suggestion without weighing it against my word and the Spirit's wisdom. Many speak from fear or personal limits. Some advice appears sensible, yet lacks the divine insight I offer you. Verify everything in the light of my word. Allow me to be your standard, your North Star, your steadfast base for all decisions. If someone's advice breeds turmoil, confusion, or fear, come to me, since I am not a God of chaos, but one who grants you peace. Let your union exemplify my grace. May the love binding you and your future partner show my leading, my consistency, and my miraculous deeds. Refuse to let your connection be nothing more than an ordinary bond. Instead, let it serve as a living emblem of the love I define. Demonstrate to all that a love rooted in me can endure every storm, every obstruction, and the weight of each earthly expectation. The world may fail to understand. It may scrutinize or question your bond in countless ways. Nonetheless, my child, the love I put in you is not to satisfy earthly minds, but to exhibit my glory. As you and the one you love journey in faith, in patient devotion, in the altruism I taught you, your relationship will be a vivid proof that authentic love is not shaped by worldly norms. Let that love radiate grace. When conflicts arise, choose love. When misunderstandings flare, choose forgiveness. When distinctions become obvious, choose patience. When outside judgment reigns upon you, keep your attention on me, not on what people say. Because genuine love is not some passing sentiment, but an allegiance to walk in truth, to uplift the other, and to abide by the values of my kingdom instead of the world's directives. I am aware that certain days will find you fatigued. I know you will have times of questioning whether you can keep going. However, my child, if I have summoned you to this cause, I will also grant you the endurance to bring it to fruition. If I have guided you toward this love, I will also give you the insight you need to maintain and cultivate it, shielding it from the tempests arising in life. So stay unwavering in me. Refuse to let your heart falter based on what you observe or hear through earthly sources. Do not allow dread or uncertainty to dampen your faith. Let me be your bedrock, your refuge, the radiance lighting your way. Pray persistently. Let my speech be the breath you breathe each day. Keep your heart open so I can keep refining, improving, and equipping you with all that is essential. Perhaps, at first, discovering a notable age difference between yourself and the partner I have appointed for you will fill you with astonishment, maybe even slight trepidation. Nevertheless, my child, that detail pales before the immense beauty I have chosen for your marriage. Numerals are a minor footnote in the love story I am designing. Age does not gauge the completeness of a partnership, nor can it fix a limit on the significance of love. Do not let external matters cloud your vision of the glorious treasure I alone have readied to accompany you on this path ahead. For above every other factor, what genuinely counts in a marriage is not the discrepancy in years, but the depth of faith, the honor of their character, the way they show you love, and their devotion to raising you in my plan. I have not chosen your companion based on flimsy human evaluations. I am not constrained by the norms created by people. When I decree a match for you, I study the heart, perceiving how they truly love, how they shield you during your weaker moments, how they fortify you when calamities descend, and how they journey with you through life's dynamic turns. My child, the love I have formulated for you is far greater than a fleeting connection between two individuals. It is a sacred weaving of souls. When I bring hearts together, I do not simply appraise present conditions. I foresee the future. I see the roads you will tread with each other, the adversities you will overcome side by side, the prayers you will raise together, the tears you will wipe away for one another, the instances you will kneel before me, looking for my will. Do you dare to trust that the love I am constructing is stronger, more profound, and more eternal than anything you can imagine? Do you trust that one who is unwavering in faith, who genuinely loves you, who will bear your burdens during your lowliest hour, is infinitely more crucial than whether they are older or younger? Stepping into marriage, you will begin to see it is not parity in birthdays that maintains the bond, but the accord of your spirits, your readiness to extend patience, grace, and generosity toward one another. Picture a marriage entirely erected on my basis, one in which both of you express not only emotional affection, but real devotion, fidelity, sacrifice, and a readiness to stand by each other through all life's seasons. In such a marriage, when fatigue descends, the other prays for you. When you falter, they reach out their hand. When you confront life's battles, they fall on their knees to call on me at your side. I proclaim this to you. Marriage does not solely entail identifying someone who looks outwardly suitable, but finding the one who harmonizes with my grand intention. Someone who can join you in completing my assignment for you. Someone whose shared union with you honors my name. Someone whose love for you is not merely an emotional surge, but a steadfast vow to walk together in every phase of life. Are you aware of what unfolds when you enter the union I have orchestrated? When you choose to put faith in me rather than adhering to what the world suggests, you will see that genuine love is not bound by any difference in age. It is anchored in understanding, empathy, and loyalty. You will come to realize that disparities in years lose their sway once you both walk in my harmony, allowing these same variations to enhance your love, complementing each other's strengths, and forming a fuller image of the love I endeavor to unveil. When the designated time dawns, when that person steps in unexpectedly, you will glance back on this very instant. You will remember how I molded you, how I nurtured your spirit, how I whispered confidence deep within so you would not yield to worry or uncertainty. You will recognize that everything I say to you now is not an intangible pledge, but a dynamic reality materializing before your eyes, a narrative I preordained in detail before the earth was formed. You will realize that every trial, every waiting season, every moment you wondered why I was leading you on this track had a meaning. You will discover that I have been preparing not only you, but your capacity to treasure, to care for, and to protect that love with comprehension and perseverance. When at last you stand before the one I elected for you, fear of once perceived obstacles will melt away. My touch will open your eyes to see that these same differences are the critical elements that refine and complete this love. Therefore, my child, give yourself fully to my plan without being held back by reservations about the future. Do not let the voices of other people quell your confidence. Resist the standards others have built that could overshadow the wonder of my work. Whenever I instruct you to walk a road, I also give you the power to reach the end. Whenever I pair you with someone, I supply you both with discernment, patience, and a love strong enough to conquer every test. Stand unwavering in faith. Keep your faith from trembling under the weight of what you cannot see yet. Lean on me, even when answers are not immediate. My blueprint for your future lies safely in my hand. I never perform an act that fails to yield goodness. I never direct you in a way that leads to harm. You may not perceive the entire picture, but trust that I behold every angle. I see each detail, each intersection, each gateway that must open or close, and I am coordinating them exactly so you can enter into the love I have ordained. I will never fail you. My love for you does not drift, does not impose conditions, does not shift with passing time. I love you with an unfading love, one that blesses you not only now, but also prepares a future gleaming with promise. I love you with a devotion that does not merely lift your heart, but equips you to weather every struggle. Let your heart find rest in my peace. Let me pacify every torment inside you. Let me impress on you that in my hands all is secure. Let me clear away every question, every dread, every question that weighs upon you. Because once you choose to trust in me, you cease walking in doubt and start walking in assurance and expectancy, certain that I, the Lord, govern all. My cherished child, draw near to me freely, for my arms are always open to hold you within my limitless love. Do not let fear stall your steps. Do not let doubt entangle your heart in shadows. My love does not wane over time, nor does it crumble under your flaws. I love you with an everlasting love, one that cannot be contained by your history or the wrongs you have done. No matter how distant you have roamed, no matter how often you have stumbled, my arms remain open, eager to enfold you in immeasurable warmth and compassion. Do you not realize? Your stains have been wiped away, not by worldly waters, but through my own profound sacrifice. Let your past no longer tie you down, for I have redeemed you through my life. Nothing can rip you away from me anymore. No chain shackles your soul. Sin is eradicated. Burdens are lifted. You no longer need to cower from my gaze. When I see you, I do not detect a spirit defiled by sin. I recognize you, my treasured child, rescued by my mercy and grace. Do not let shame make you bow your head. Do not allow the self-accusations to keep you at a distance. I do not behold you through the prism of your transgressions, but through the eyes of unconditional love. This love has the strength to triumph over every loss, the capacity to cover every wound, and the completeness to help you rise again. I do not label you by the names people have assigned or by your regrets. I call you by one name only, my precious child. Oh, my child, release the weights you have been clutching. Do not keep clinging to old scars. Do not seize the pains you no longer have to carry. Let me touch your heart. Let me remedy each wound in your spirit. My presence is not a hiding place, but a space where you discover who you truly are in forgiveness and kindness. With me, there is no need to conceal your imperfections or strive to exhibit faultlessness. You need not earn my acceptance. I already knew you and loved you long before you returned to me. Regardless of how many valleys of gloom you have crossed, no matter how many tempests battered your life, I have never withdrawn. I remain with outstretched arms, waiting. My love does not diminish or waver over time. I do not leave. I will never abandon you, even when you slip or turn aside. When you fear you have ventured too far, remember this: one step back is enough, for I stand ever present, brimming with endless patience. Come to me, my cherished child, willingly, without hesitation. In my arms, you will not simply find pardon, but you will discover who you truly are. Someone beloved, cherished, and precious. Not for anything you have accomplished, but because you belong to me. Allow me to lift you up. Let me wipe away your tears. Let me remind you that the past no longer traps you. You do not have to dwell in the ache of yesterday. You are free. You have been exonerated. You are adored. Come and see that in me, hopelessness does not exist. There is no hurt I am unable to mend, no sorrow I cannot reshape into beauty. You do not need to escape. You do not need to carry your yoke alone. I have borne it for you, so that today you can stand and walk in the liberty I have arranged. My child, have faith in me. Let me love you in the very way you were created to be loved. Nothing can cut you off from my love. Not slip-ups, not your background, not the doubts inside you. Step into my grace's light. Enter and rest in my calm. Surrender your heart into my embrace, where you will encounter a love that is genuine, unwavering, and unchangeable. Lift the eyes of your inner self and stay alert, for I am accomplishing marvels beyond your current perception. Realize there are things you haven't yet learned, roads you haven't seen, but trust in my ceaseless work on your behalf. Not in isolation, not in disregard, but orchestrating each event in the most perfect timing. Do you see it? Even now, I am opening doors you never considered. I am paving a path through what seemed impassable, carving trails through the desert, turning impossibilities into real outcomes. My child, do not let disbelief overshadow the spark of hope in you. Do not fix your gaze only on the present so thoroughly that you forget I can transform all circumstances. When you believe there is no exit, remember I am the one who parts the sea. When weariness sets in from seeing no progress, trust that I act beyond your sight, aligning every component with my plan. You do not walk alone, and the dreams I planted in your heart are not wasted seeds. They rest as kernels of a bright future, watered by my hand each day, waiting to bloom in their due season. Come into my presence, brimming with hope, as a child who knows their father remains forever faithful. I do not violate my word, nor do I forsake what I vow. When I proclaim that I have plans for you, it is not hollow. It is the steadfast truth, a decree no one can uproot. I am the God who stands firm, and in me there is no shadow of wavering. My word endures, and the objectives I designate will become reality in the most pristine moment. My child, realize that I take joy in blessing you, not because you deserve it, but because I cherish you in perfect love. You need not toil to merit my affection, nor prove yourself for my favor. I bestow blessings because I am filled with grace, because my heart overflows with love for you. And when you approach me with unwavering trust, firmly convinced that I have something wonderful in store, my heart gladdens. My devotion to you knows no boundaries. It is not weakened by your stumbles, nor constrained by your insecurities. It is not a delicate affection that wanes with events or the passage of time. No, my love abides unflinchingly and without end. Even before you knew me, I loved you, and my love will stand for eternity. Nothing severs you from this love, not apprehension, not anguish, nor your unaccomplished goals. You are mine, and I will forever carry you in my tender arms. So, my child, rely on my intention. Do not let adversities shake your stability, because the destination I designed for you is favorable. You may not observe it right away, and perhaps you are baffled by certain occurrences. But remember, I never work arbitrarily. I am shaping a path for you bathed in promise, a tomorrow that surpasses anything you have dared to dream. Lift your eyes, abandon anxiety, lay your hope in me instead of allowing minor concerns to overwhelm you. When I shepherd you through tribulations, it is not to watch you suffer, but to see you become sturdier, to refine your belief, and to deepen your knowledge of me. Your present difficulties are not your ending, but a fragment of the great expedition I am guiding you along. Fear not, for I march before you. Do not fret, for I have arranged it all. Proceed with trust. Anchor your heart in hope. Every prayer you have offered, everything you have yearned for, I have kept in my mind. If you persevere in faith, keeping your heart upright, you will see my unwavering devotion burst forth brilliantly in your life. Everything I have destined for you is not only good, but the very best. Lean in and attend to my speech, for each word carries life, feeds your spirit, and heals those innermost wounds you believed invisible. My words are not hollow symbols. They hold true power. They act like living water flowing into your soul, restoring what is worn and calming the anguish you have borne for too long. Come nearer. Do not withdraw. Do not be scared, for I am here, right next to you. My hand does not rest idly on you. It also upholds you, secures you when you crumble, and steadies you when you tire from life's loads. I have seen your tears, those shed in secret, the sorrow you never verbalized. But, my child, you are not enduring this alone, for I am blotting out each tear, washing you free from all the grief clinging to you. You are shackled by invisible bonds, fears, old traumas, lacerations, as if nails had been hammered into your heart, painfully digging at you day after day. These ties imprison you in the past, dragging you toward despair's shadows, making you feel paralyzed. But my child, be assured there's not a single chain I cannot snap, no hurt I cannot dress. Only in me can such intangible restraints be removed. Only by my might can your heart's afflictions be remedied. You need not wage this war alone, for I engage on your behalf. Stand firm, my beloved child. Do not let tribulations cause you to question my love. Even if the world around you oscillates, even if your roads are rough and indefinite, my devotion never changes. My love is not for moments of strength alone. It supports you through times of utter weakness, times of doubting, times of wandering. I am right here, loving you the same as ever, waiting for your return so I might hold you in my welcoming arms. Draw near without anxiety. Do not let the lies of this world convince you of unworthiness, or that you have gone too far, or that your sins exceed my mercy. No, my child, I do not tally your errors. I note every stirring in your heart to come back. Each time you reach toward me, I see it. Every silent cry in your spirit, I perceive. Each moment you open your soul for me, my delight expands because you are mine, and I cannot renounce you. Let my love encircle you like a fresh spring, sweeping away your burdens, pains, and the battles you were never required to fight alone. Allow me to rejuvenate your essence, to rekindle that happiness you believed gone. I am not content to offer short-lived solace. I aim to renew you from within. restoring you to the integrity you held before life's storms raged. I will tend to each wound, gather each shard of your heart, so you may no longer exist in brokenness but abide in the empowerment and completeness I provide. Raise your eyes to me. Do not dwell on your weaknesses. Do not decide that you are beyond healing or undeserving of love. I am your maker. I know every concealed crevice of your soul, and I know your needs before you voice them. If you are lost, I am the shining beam that brings direction. If you are worn, I am the might carrying you onward. If you are hollow, I become the richness you have sought. I placed in you a might beyond your present understanding. You were created to ascend, to flourish, to live with purpose. Do not let yesterday's yoke cripple you. Do not cling to the missteps of the past that aim to imprison you in remorse. That past can no longer rule you, for I have wiped it clean. Its weight cannot bind your spirit now. It is no more than dried leaves scattered along your journey, unable to impede your progress. Lay down the burdens you have carried far too long. Perhaps you have grown accustomed to the pain, or maybe those wounds have become ingrained into your identity. But my child, you were never intended to remain in that darkness forever. Do not allow despair to infiltrate your heart. Do not let fear stifle the happiness I yearn to bestow. Each morning is a fresh beginning, an invitation to surpass old boundaries, an opportunity to rediscover the strong, liberated, and vibrant person I fashioned you to be. Draw close to me. Seek me constantly, not just when your strength fails or at times of desperation. Race into my arms daily, not solely in pursuit of assistance, but to experience the authentic joy found in my presence. Here you uncover a solace that is no mirage, a calm, unwavering against turmoil, and a steadfast love. Are you aware that every single day I wait for you? I yearn for you to turn to me so I may bathe your soul with peace that is unachievable by the world. You need not conceal your frailty or feign resilience when you are fractured. In my embrace, you can breathe fully, relinquishing every concern because I am your secure haven. Allow me to refresh you each day. Guard your soul against being worn by stress. Protect your mind from the untruths that swirl around you. Outside labels do not define you, nor do your defeats set your value. I am the one who identifies you, and in my eyes, you surpass any measure of worth. You are more than the blunders you have made, more than the anguish you have endured. You are my splendid handiwork, shaped with my hands, deeply beloved, summoned by name, and designated for a future abounding in hope. Lift your head high, my cherished child. Do not let past scars steer you away from new possibilities. Do not let your history of rejection hinder you from loving. Do not allow fear to cause you to balk at the path I have mapped for you. Proceed with courage and unwavering trust, knowing I walk beside you, upholding you with my powerful arm. Were you aware that not a day goes by without my thoughts turning to you? Not a second elapses without my watchful eye. I see all your unarticulated anguish. I grasp your inarticulate aspiration. I want you to realize that you need not bear it alone. I stand ready to carry your load, to calm your mind, to renew your spirit day by day. Learn to rest in my peace. Resist the temptation to hasten. Do not be anxious. Do not force yourself to know everything instantly. Just because you do not currently perceive something does not imply it isn't there. I am working behind the scenes, planting seeds in corners you have never considered. Trust that my hand is at work, even if you have yet to see the fruits. Believe that all I do is inspired by love for you, and I will not abandon you on this road. My child, open your heart to the transformation I long to accomplish in your life. Do not persist in the old simply out of comfort. Do not grip your wounds purely because they have been part of you for so long. Step with boldness into the freshness I have readied. You have no reason to fear, for I have gone ahead of you. I have carefully charted the route, and I have arranged what you need. Always remember, I did not design you to exist in bondage, but to stride freely. I did not intend for you to stand in darkness. You were formed to gleam in my light. I have placed within you a spark, a vision, a unique calling. Live in accord with that. Tread onward in faith, mindful that I made you to stand tall, to embrace life's fullness, and to be the bearer of my light in the world's gloom. So, my cherished child, throw off the chains of the past. Do not let your yesterdays deter you from the tomorrow I have prepared. Approach me, not just once, but again and again, for within my arms you will continuously locate tranquility, healing, and a love without end. At this instant, I pose to you a question. Do you truly receive my words? Are you prepared to widen your heart to my reality regarding who you have always been from my viewpoint? How many times have you doubted? How frequently have you measured yourself against your flaws and your wrongdoing? But my child, can you attempt to see yourself through my eyes? Can you embrace yourself with my love, the same constant love that never wavers under changing circumstances or moods? I shaped you with my own hands, gave you breath, and instilled in you a value beyond measure. But do you accept that you are indeed the priceless creation I fashioned? Or are you still pressed down by mistakes, by your wounds, and by what the world has called you? Will you put aside those old inner voices long enough to hear mine? Because I do not look at you as if you have failed. I perceive you through the lens of affection, of the talents I have embedded in you, of the light you carry, even if you yourself have yet to acknowledge it. My child, stand once more before the mirror, not to isolate your flaws, but to see as I see. You are not your scars, not your regrets, not the labels others gave you. You are an incredible creation, born for a purpose far grander than you have grasped. Even if you still cannot see it all, even though your understanding is incomplete, I see every bit, and I inform you. You are loved, you bear significance, you play a vital role on this earth. But will you believe this? Are you ready to break through the barriers you have unknowingly placed on yourself? Are you ready to accept that you are not ruined, not futile, not an irretrievably lost person, but a marvelous strand woven into my grand design? If I see in you such magnificence, why do you remain blind to it? If I love you with my unfathomable kindness, why can you not reflect that love onto yourself? If I reveal an open road for you, what makes you remain unmoving out of fear? Observe your wounds, but do so not with shame or bitterness. Look upon them with gratitude, for they have served as your most impactful instructors. Your afflictions no longer define you. Rather, they have strengthened you and expanded your capacity to perceive my compassion. Do not dread looking back on your story, yet do not permit it to dictate your destiny either, because I have carved out a fresh journey, a glistening new chapter beyond what you have foreseen. I ask you once more, will you accept my hand, not only when you have confidence or clarity, but also in the thick of the unknown, in the times when the road ahead is obscured? Do you trust me enough to proceed in faith? Will you allow me to guide you where you have never roamed, to open doors you did not realize existed, to fulfill plans beyond your highest aspirations? Today I approach not as a visitor from afar, but as the one who has overseen you since your earliest breath. I have come to renew you, to unveil for you a route that is no longer ruled by dread or pain, but radiant with the light of love and redemption. You have long yearned for change, whispered prayers in isolation, and I have caught each one, every sigh, every unspoken tear. That is precisely why I come to you now, not merely watching at a distance, but to place my healing touch upon your heart, to free you from long-standing chains. I am well aware of your burdens, which appeared too heavy to drop, the old memories you have not released, and the anxieties that held you captive. These weights have anchored you for too long, but on this day I pronounce that you need no longer be imprisoned by them. No chain can hold you when I come to break it. No pain can linger when I come to mend. My intention is not to give you a fleeting relief, but to recalibrate your entire path. I have come to position you where you authentically belong, in a life filled with optimism and meaning, on a road awash in the blessings I stored up for you since before you were conscious of my presence. Do you trust me? Do you trust that my hand descends upon your life today to rewrite your story? My child, I do not arrive to bring modest adjustments, but to unfold an altogether new volume. The things you previously deemed impossible, the aspirations you let wither, the hopes you believed were gone, these I will resurrect. For I am the one who renews all things. If only you open wide your heart, if only you let me in, I will transform you from within, healing you not just superficially, but down to where the deepest cuts still ache. By the might granted to me, I am not holding it for myself alone. I use it to strengthen you, to breathe life into you, to topple every barrier restricting you from the life I have predestined. I do not wish to see you caged in fear, insecurity, or the lies the world told you. You are not what the world deems you. You are not chained to your past. You are the person I made you to be, the one I love, the one I selected. And starting now, I want you to walk beyond your familiar boundaries and into the wonder I have readied. Nevertheless, my child, I cannot accomplish this unless you trust me. Your faith serves as the key opening the storehouse of goodness I allocated for you. By believing, you unlock the door. By placing your trust in me, what was once inconceivable will become viable. By mustering the courage to release your burdens and step out in faith, you will observe my hand moving in power throughout your life. Let gratitude become the key that frees your heart. Gratitude is not only your reply to a favorable outcome, it is a state of being that unlocks the gates to wonders I planned for you. Once you learn a thankful perspective, your heart will open to the love, grace, and blessings you never dreamed possible. When you train yourself to look at life with thankfulness, even obstacles will reveal a lesson, and even the darkest moments will contain a ray of hope. Walk with a heart pure from anger or negativity. Do not allow restlessness to blind your view or past hurts to drown out the delight I am eager to give. If you let your heart overflow with thanks, my words will reveal your path, ushering you toward the excellence I have created. You will no longer wander in confusion, but stand firm on the way I prepared for you at the world's dawn. Your worth defies the values of society. You are not defined by achievements or by your ups and downs. Your inherent worth outstrips anything you may grasp. Within you, I have deposited a singular purpose, which only you can give to this world. You cannot be replaced. No one else can fulfill the life that is distinctly yours. You are not an accidental occurrence. You are part of my timeless plan, as is your family. The ones I placed in your story are there for a reason. Though you may confront conflicts or at times feel hurt or alienated, do not forget that family is a blessing from my hand. You are not meant to go through life in isolation. I intended you to be held in love, in relationships that bring significance. Treasure them. Gaze upon them with compassion, as they too are seeking meaning and reason on their path. Do not imagine your life as some random drift. No, my child, I formed you with explicit purpose beyond your current comprehension. There are gifts, strengths, and aspects I hid inside you long before you perceived them. Do not make the error of thinking you lack, or that you are insufficient, powerless, or unimportant. Those are lies, not from me. Resist limiting yourself by what you see right now. My intentions for you aren't centered on your existing capacity, but on what I know you will become. And I regard you not only as you appear this day, but as the completed version of yourself, standing in alignment with my plan. I did not call you to a shallow, lackluster existence, but to a life flourishing in abundance, meaning, and deep joy. You were not made to merely endure each day, but to live a life that influences, a life overflowing with goodness you can impart to others. My objective is not just your survival, it is your growth, to usher you into the fullness of what I have designated for you. My beloved, what you have heard today is not the end, it is a beginning. I am only just starting to unfold the wonders I have prepared for you. But your spirit must stay awake, your heart must stay open, and your ears must stay attuned to my whispers. Each time you return here, I will meet you again. Each time you listen, I will deepen what I have started in your life. Do not wander from the wells I have opened for you. Drink deeply, again and again. Subscribe here, not out of routine, but because my voice will continue to call you higher. Turn on every notification, not because you fear missing out, but because you know your spirit was made to walk closely with me. Bring others too, those still searching, still waiting, still aching to know the depth of my love. This is not just another message, it is a lifeline, a place of encounter. Return often, beloved. There is so much more I am longing to reveal. Amen.